what's going on? Keith from Trigger Happy. If you watched one of my most latest videos, I discussed the fact that I was going to be doing some upgrades to this Century Arms InPap M70 rifle, which, go back and watch that original video if you haven't. I really like the rifle, but one thing I discussed in that particular video was yugo pattern rifles, or Serbian rifles as they are now, are notoriously difficult to find certain parts to upgrade your rifle. Handguards, stocks, those things are non-standard. Your mount for any kind of optic is non-standard. So it is kind of difficult. You're not going to walk into any gun shop and just pick up parts right off the shelf to put on your yugo pattern rifle. So you're kind of left with just a few options in terms of the handguard. Obviously, it came in standard wood, which is fine. A lot of people want to keep their rifle just as it was designed and just as it came. That's great, good for you. I'm not one of those people. I like other options. So I took those off. So you're left with just a few options. You can kind of go with a polymer design that came on some earlier rifles that really doesn't add any more usefulness to it. It might just give you that black look you're looking for. But it's basically the same pattern as these wood pieces here. So I looked at Midwest Industries, which is one of the few companies out there that is making an affordable option for a rail system or a handguard system up here on the front. So Midwest has three different designs, one of which is 1913 Picatinny on top, sides, and bottom. To me, it just adds too much weight. It's too bulky. I'm going to cover up a lot of that rail, and I just don't find it necessary. Your other two options are a key mod style or an M-LOK style. Now, I chose M-LOK because Magpul kind of supports it. I like Magpul's products, and also it's $40 less anywhere I was looking, so that kind of helped in my decision. So this rail came in this box with all the tools and wrenches that you're going to need. It came with some blue Loctite, and it came with one section of M-LOK rail, which is great. So my initial thoughts on this rail is that it looks good. It's got a really nice look to it. It adds the functional needs that I have for this rifle, but it has some fit and finish issues that I'm not thrilled with and probably could be addressed in the future. One thing you'll notice is when you take off the lower handguard, you have to leave this piece of metal here that normally is found right here. And when you marry up this new rail to it, it kind of leaves this gap and this kind of hard edge, this squared edge. It's just not a real nice look. I know it's a small complaint, but when you pay $130 for a rail, I just kind of wish that looked a little better. The other thing you'll notice here, both on my gas tube and on this retaining piece here for the lower handguard, they again don't exactly match up. Now you'll notice those are not used in mounting the rail. It's a clamp-on style. So there's a lower piece and an upper piece, and then a clamp that holds the lower piece to the barrel, and then the top secures to that. So you're not really using any of the original retention design for the AK pattern rifle, which is kind of interesting. But so overall, I don't love the fact that these don't exactly fit tight. Now, if you look online, a lot of people's rifles fit perfect. So I could Dremel the barrel and move this retaining piece back and kind of beat this back if I want that look. But then I've kind of loosened up this retaining piece here. So I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to go that route. But what it does add in terms of function is, I can obviously mount any M-LOK piece as long as I want to the top. If I want to run some kind of a red dot here and have it far forward, I can have it on the sides if I want to have a flashlight or a laser of some kind. I don't plan to do either of those. Really what I want to do is have an AFG or a vertical grip here on the front, and that will allow me to do that. I'll probably need a different section or an AFG specifically designed by Magpul that works with M-LOK. So, you know, for $110 to $150 roughly of what you'll pay for these Midwest Industry rails, I would say, because your options are so limited, and unless you want to spend a ton of money, I think it is a good design. I think it works well. It's tight. It's easy to line up. It's easy to get level, so I didn't have to make a lot of adjustments there. It's you know, perfect onto the rifle. But you know, those finish issues kind of caused me some, you know, minor concerns. I don't know. It's just kind of my personal opinion. I wish that would look a little better. The other thing you'll notice here, the cleaning rod doesn't really fit anymore. I tried my best to get it down in there, and there's just no way, because you've lost, you know, if you'll look here, this nice guide hole here that runs through the bottom of your lower handguard. Now that's gone, so it's just almost impossible to get it on there just right. I probably should have thought about that before I went ahead and Loctited this all down. There might have been a way to run that rod in there, but I can't seem to figure it out now. So overall, I give it a strong B. You know, I wish it looked a little better, but it functions well. So if you're looking for an upgrade for your standard handguards on your Yugo pattern rifle, or really any AK rifle they make these for, just standard pattern, it's a good option. So thanks again. We'll get into stock options next time and what I've chosen for this. So keep watching. Thanks again. It's Keith from Trigger Happy. We'll see you next time.